Jello Beats, holla at me.
Alright, hopefully that's linked up. Well, folks, the wait's over. I'm back, officially back. No longer going to be gone for 10 months at a time. I think it's been 10 months. 8, 10 months, whatever the time was. I've been gone for an extremely long time. And, hold on, I do have an explanation. Sort of. First, I would like to start out with saying I am sorry for taking such a huge leap of absence without kind of informing you guys what's been going on. That's on me. I just completely apologize for it. I should have been explaining what's going on, why I haven't been active, stuff like that. But a lot of it is personal too. To start out, I am completely sorry for not putting out any videos in the past freaking almost a year. So that's on me. Just get that out right now. Completely sorry. Now, my explanation as to why I've been gone for so long. So most of you do know that I am a college student and I stopped being active right in the spring time frame. Spring is pretty important for lacrosse players, especially in college. You know, it's a big season, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you got schoolwork piled on top of that. I did a pretty good job handling the workload and my time management in the past, but then for some reason this year I was just like super busy, had a lot of stuff going on in the spring. And then all of a sudden Corona hit and it sent me home. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I caught a break here. I don't have to worry about season anymore and school being, you know, as stressful as it usually is. Nope. I don't know what's going on this season. I'm still training, and then online school was such a pain in the butt. It was work overload, just so much more work than in class. It just made no sense to me. Anyway, my schedule was still pretty packed then with school and training, making sure I'm still in shape, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. And then once school ended everything, and then I just had some other stuff going on, and I had to keep pushing this channel and everything about GKO on the back burner, literally everything. I just stopped going on my phone for Instagram, stopped checking out my YouTube comments and updates and notifications, all that, just completely out of the picture for the past like 8 months because I've just been worrying about other stuff. And the good news is all that stuff's done with. I am going to be a lot more active in the fall, especially with Corona. I know a lot of my classes are online still, and because I love doing this. You know, this is really fun for me. I love, you know, helping you guys out, providing great content for you guys, entertainment maybe. So I am officially getting back into YouTube, being more active, just constantly putting out more content for you guys. So be ready for a lot of videos. I got a lot to catch up on. I have a lot of videos I still have to do. There's been a few heads that have been released within the past however months I've been gone for. So I gotta do reviews on those. The new rule change. What the heck's going on? I leave for a freaking year and then people, Corona, and then freaking the rule change, like, what's going on here? A lot of videos coming out soon, so stay ready for those. They're gonna be a lot better quality too, hopefully. Got a new camera. Hopefully this looks a lot better than my freaking iPhone before. So production's going up, content's going up, and yeah, just be ready for better videos. So I figured a good way to get back into the groove of things is to redo some of my old videos in the past. And one of my first ever videos I did on the channel was a garage tour. As you can tell, my background has been updated since that first video. And a lot of things in this garage have been changed, but they're also the same. I'm not in the same exact garage as I was before in that video. I moved houses, so this one is a lot smaller, but it still holds a lot of the stuff that I need in here. So going back to the old videos, I figured this would just be a great one just to redo because especially in quarantine right now, a lot of you guys have been asking me, what is my garage setup and what have I been doing during this quarantine to get better? And you know, a lot of gyms have been closed down. They're just starting to reopen now, but I'm fortunate enough to have, you know, weights in a squat rack here, which I'll cover later. But I did a lot of my training during quarantine in this garage because it has everything I need. So what I'm going to do is just highlight some of the cool stuff that's in my garage that I use. Keep in mind, this is a garage. You're gonna see some stuff in here maybe that just isn't a normal garage, right? You got freaking tools, you got weed killer, you got a blower, you got a weed, just stuff like this. Don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to the stuff that I talk about. The biggest takeaway of this video is you don't need any of this stuff to be good, okay? You don't. You really don't. It just helps you get better, but the best way to get better is to practice every day and to be driven. That's the secret, is you just gotta practice, you gotta study the art, you gotta just do everything on your own. You don't need anything fancy, just keep your head down, be obsessed with the sport, be obsessed with the face-off position, figure out why guys are good and emulate them. It's that simple. So you don't need any of this stuff, but if you feel like getting the stuff that I have, go ahead. Take notes. Feel free to ask questions about the stuff I have. I'm gonna try to be as detailed as possible throughout this video to help you guys out even more. And that's pretty much it. So enough of me talking, let's get right into it. All right, this is our recording area. This is where you guys, it's pretty self-explanatory. This is our background. It is pegboard. What we have on it is a bunch of heads that we've used throughout the years that we've collected. I had this on my old background at my old house. It was really bad, but the same concept here. Hopefully this one looks a lot better than that old one. These are companies that have sent me stuff over my years of being in existence, and they're not in any particular order, but they all do mean something to me because they help me out, and they're great people, every single one of them. If they suck, they're not being on the board. And then right here, boom, make Faceoff's great again hat. This hat right here, I'm telling you, there has never been a more perfect time to buy one of these suckers. Freaking new Faceoff rules, okay? I'm gonna say it, they suck, but it's whatever. Just gotta keep working. At least they didn't take the face off away completely, right? I'd rather take a kneecapping than a knife to the neck. Most perfect time to buy one right now. Right now. Freaking anarchy. Just buy one and then we'll go storm the whatever the board member's house. I'm just kidding. That's wrong time. Let's not do that. That's really it. That's the only thing worth talking about in this entire recording area. I just have like a workbench here, and then I have a table that I sit at. But yeah, this is pretty much the area. This thing doesn't even freaking, I mean, it works, but it just turns on and makes a lot of noise. I don't know why I have it here, but that's it. I have a table and a seat. Okay, moving on. Next station. This punching bag right here. Whoa, what the punching skills right there. See that? Freaking bug coming at me. Anyway, I got this from Played Against Sports. This is a 100-pound bag with the gloves, chain, down to the heavy bag. Do not put that in a random spot in your ceiling. Make sure you find a sturdy place. Heavy bag, gloves, not lacrosse related, but this is something that Hunter and I like to do before we face off in this garage, or just do any sort of face offs in general. This is a good way to warm up your joints to be ready for the impacts that we experience when we face off. $100, Played Against Sports, brand new too. So, all right, that's it. On to the next part. All right, I'm way too short for this angle, but I'm in the shot. This is our stick rack area. This is gonna drive me nuts. I gotta adjust this a little bit. Okay, that works. This is our stick rack area. As you can see, we keep all of our sticks here. I say all of our sticks, but I forgot two more. These are available at Lowe's, I believe, and they're part of, I think they're called Husky. They're made by Husky, and they're meant to go in those white plastic tracks that you drill into the wall. They're meant for gardening tools, and we just found that these are the perfect width to fit a lacrosse head into. And so we just have them all hanging up here. We got 3 of them. It's kind of overkill, but we got a lot of sticks. We have them all set up here. And the cool thing is the way I have them set up, because OCD is through the roof with my sticks. We have one rack for kind of like each company. So this first rack here is kind of like miscellaneous, AKA companies that just have one version of a face-off head. Warrior has a burn, and then Maverick has the lock, and then ECD has a Weapon X. This one right here is all Strength King, and they're all put in order based on how often we use each head. So in the back we got 2F stiff, then we got another stiff but with bone, and then we got 2 normal white ones right here. And then this rack right here is STX/Nike. Got the Reflex, Dual 2, CEO 2, just like that. So nothing real crazy here, just a cool way of keeping your stuff nice and neat. We want something that we can see our sticks from any angle in the garage and be like, oh, okay. Do I have the dual at the house? Boom, which one? We got 2 right here. Oh, do I have a 2F? Boom, right here. Where's all my sticks? They're all right here. Real nice and neat and real simple to, grab the stick that you want. Because we got a lot of sticks. You don't have to rifle through them all to find the one that you want, like a gear bag or on a shelf. Just have them all right here. All right, now we're gonna move over to right here. We just have a box full of stringing crap. We do have stuff that's readily available on top that we use the most, like lighters and tape. But if we need extra strings for string kits, we got spools in there, some lizard skin, not lizard skin, sorry, gecko tape, some extra lighters, some more tape, just bunch of crap that's kept in there. It's majority shooters are in there because we don't use shooters. And then over here, it's just a bunch of gloves that we use, and then our cleats. And down here is our rice bucket. So for those who don't know what a rice bucket is, oh gosh damn, look at those bad boys. These are new shoes, these are not Crocs. I'm done with Crocs, I'm using these now. Anyway, this is a rice bucket. If you guys don't know what it is, look it up on YouTube. A lot of baseball players use it. Good rehab for the wrists and fingers. We like to use it for a grip strengthening workout. I'm not gonna get into detail on that. There's plenty of videos out there about how to use this properly, but it's great. It only costs a couple bucks too for the bucket and like 4 pounds of rice or whatever it is. All right, so right here is the first part of our obsession. What I mean by that is we have an obsession with writing things out and being able to see them clearly and visibly. So we love whiteboards. We have plenty of whiteboards in here. I'll show you guys at the next little section of the garage. But for this is one of our whiteboards right here. This one is intended specifically for working out and conditioning. This one is away from all the other lacrosse related chaos. We like to be organized. We like to have stuff in sections. Just figured I'd let you guys see this and understand that being organized is key to being able to access information quickly and just to, you know, not stress out as much. So here's one right here. It's on the same shelf as all the other stuff over there, just at the very end. And here we just have like a container of lacrosse balls and a bunch of softballs in there too. A crap ton of softballs. And that's it. All right, next station. All right, so now we are in the corner of the garage, which is on the exact opposite side of the recording side. This is where we keep all of our weights / free weights. So right here is all of our dumbbells. We keep them nice and organized. And then right here we have our weight tree that we just keep all of our plates on. Helps us stay nice and organized. Nothing really crazy there. Oh, and then we have our full arm workout, best workout freaking ever. It's like a, I don't know what to call it. It's a stick with a piece of rope going through it. It's got little plates attached to the bottom of it. It's like a, this guy, this slide, yeah, whatever. And we keep our baseball bat here too. This is for breaking in pockets. Definitely recommend getting a wooden one that's nice and smooth on top. Take your heads, right when you get done straightening them, take your heads, put them through this, pound them out. Sidewall Jedi has a good tutorial on his Instagram that shows you how to break in heads properly. I've been doing it ever since I saw the video. It's good stuff. I do it with all my sticks. It makes a huge difference, so definitely check out that video. Now we're gonna move on to the best part of this side over here, and that's these whiteboards. All right, so hopefully you guys can see this pretty well. I know it's not really the best lighting in here, but this is our whiteboard setup. These are 4 individual pieces of whiteboard that we got from Lowe's. They sell them there for pretty cheap. The reason why they're so cheap is because they're not the fancy dancy magnetic board that has a little tray and the stupid outline to it. It's literally just a nice piece of whiteboard. And then on the backside is chalkboard, but who uses chalk anymore? So we bought 4 of them, and I think they are 2x3. So if you do the math, it's a big 4x6 whiteboard that we all place together with double-sided like Gorilla Glue. A lot of this stuff in here you don't need, right? Like I said at the very beginning of the video. I think I did. This one right here is something that is a must in my opinion. You need to be able to write down stuff. If you don't write stuff down, you're gonna forget about it. Trust me, you are going to. This was the best thing we bought for this garage. In my perfect world, I'd have the entire garage like this so I can write on it, but I can't, so I'll settle for this. And everyone should have this. Everything else you don't have to worry about. Stop watching the rest of the video, just this. Just get this, that's all you need. All right, let's go on to another useless piece of crap in the garage, but it's my second favorite. All right, check it out. All right. Oh, what the f? Okay, this is our squat rack. This thing was a great investment. Not brand new when we bought it. We got it off of Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, something like that. This thing is great. You definitely need this if you're looking to start some sort of home gym. In order for you to do everything, you should get one of these. Not only do you squat in this thing, you can bench, you can do deadlifts, you can do military press. These guys, right, you can bring this up to where you're standing. You can do pull-ups. These right here are fat grips. Well, they're not fat grips, they're ethos grips. Got them from Dick's Sporting Goods for like 25 bucks. The real deal ones are like 40 freaking bucks for a piece of rubber. These right here, They do the exact same job as those fat grips. I think they're just as big too. And then right here is one side of our resistance bands setup. This one has a 15-pound band. This one has 20. You can pick these up, again, Dick's Sporting Goods, for a pretty cheap price. They're made by Fitness Gear. You don't need anything heavier than 20 pounds. Anything heavier than 20 pounds is overkill. Bands aren't meant to ruin your form and technique. If you start doing band work and your form's starting to go to shit, you need to drop down in weight or just not do them at all. The whole purpose of bands is so you get some resistance, but at the same time keeping great form. Once your form goes bad, then that's when you stop using them. So keep that in mind. That's a big thing, is you want to have great form when you use them. But now, at the very bottom of the squat rack has the best freaking dummy stick you'll ever see in your life. So let's go ahead and jump into that right now. So here is our new and improved dummy stick. One of my first videos was this dummy stick. I can do a whole new video on this, on how I did it, because a lot of guys have been trying to do it themselves. And the issue is they don't have something that can anchor it down as well as a squat rack like I do. I can figure out a way how to make one with less big parts like this. I've seen people use it in furniture and like a bag full of bricks, and it just doesn't work that well for them, especially out in grass. So I guess I can figure out a way to make one that's more versatile and something that more people can use. But right now this is ours. It's actually really cool. A lot of thought has been put into this one because we wanted to make sure we did it right, and we wanted to iron out the kinks with the old version that we had. So the biggest issue with the old one that we had was we had to put weight, like 2 45-pound plates down right here to prevent it from moving when we would face off against it. And as you can see, this one does not freaking move. We made sure this thing was in there. This is a Brian Dictator, one of the stiffest heads I've ever used, and one I no longer use because I just don't like it. This is a Brian D-pole. It goes about halfway into the squat rack. There's an opening at the bottom. That's pretty much it for a broad view of it. Our dummy stick is right there, and as you can see, it is on the next feature in the garage, and that is our turf. And this turf is the same turf that I had from my very first video when I went over how to make your own turf square, and it's been holding up really well. Obviously it's not going to be bulletproof because it's cheap. We've had it for, I don't know, 2 years now of us using it constantly, but it's been doing the job well. It does just enough, and that's what we need. Don't mind the dirtiness of the garage, but here it is. All right, so we got a squat rack, dummy stick, whiteboards, shelving, racks, heavy bag, recording area, all that stuff. And then here is our turf square. If you check out my video, I have it up here. Show you how to make one of these yourself. It's real simple, not too complicated. The biggest issue a lot of guys are having with these is it doesn't stay in place. It tends to move when they face off on it. So our solution is horse mats. We bought a crap ton of them to put around our entire garage, but you can see how far under the turf goes. Right, so it's from there all the way there, and from here all the way back that way. So that's how we kind of keep it anchored. These horse mats are freaking heavy as crap. They're solid rubber, and we just have them going around the perimeter, and that doesn't really do much to show you, but it's not moving. Let's go over these tape lines here. This is obviously our center line, and then these, I'm sure a lot of you guys are gonna be asking what these lines are. So this one is just a visual way of teaching the face off to each other. We are visual learners. So if one of us is critiquing each other, instead of saying, oh, your shaft didn't go, this far, or it went too short, it went too far, or like, hey, your hips were pointed this way, not this way. Like, we have a visual now with these tape lines to show what we're exactly meaning. And it's a lot easier for us to stay guided with these lines right here. They're just visual keys for when we face off. But yeah, that is all of our stuff in this garage. It's not a lot. Not all of it is needed, but it's just enough for us training it better. All right, so that is pretty much it. That's the entire garage. That's everything I got in here, everything I use, everything I try to use on a daily basis, the stuff that I find pretty valuable, some stuff that is just here just to be here. But this is my garage. You guys asked for it. This is what I train in majority of the time. Whenever I come out in the garage to do just normal daily activities, I usually stop by and get a few reps in on the dummy stick and just try to keep a stick in my hands as much as possible when I'm out here. So that is it. If you have any questions on anything that I covered in this video, feel free to leave a question down in the comment section. I'm going to be really focused in on this video, trying to get back to these comments. If you left me a comment before in all my other videos, there's just too many to catch up on. So if you have the same question that you don't have the answer to yet, go ahead and ask it in this video too. And don't forget these hats right here, Make Faceoffs Great Again, are being sold at our website, www.greennukclacrosse.com. Pick yours up. If you hate the rules, now's a great time to get one, because maybe you run into someone on the board, NCAA board, you run into him in public, you just don't know who, if he is on the board or not. You run into someone, they see your hat, and go, hey man, I like your hat. Yeah, you know, I'm a face-off guy, the new rule changes suck, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He goes, oh, I'm on the board. Oh yeah, and you just tell him he sucks and he should change his mind. Maybe he will. I don't know, just buy a hat. There you go, right there. Stay healthy, stay safe, most importantly, stay focused. See you guys next video.